Hello everyone, welcome back. It has been a minute. I have had taken about the past year off of my crafting and my crafting YouTube videos because my muse had me going in a different direction. I still had plenty of creative outlets, but I just was doing something else. But Dephemerember has drawn me back in. And I'm a little bit rusty. In fact, this is my second Dephemerember video. In fact, I did the day one of the page tab and moth-eaten lace, and I'm just peeking up here, but when you take a video, you have to have it in landscape, and my phone was in landscape, but for some reason, it videoed it in portrait, and it was all like the whole thing. I just couldn't save it. So this is now try two. So let me show you. I did do some page tabs with moth-eaten lace. So that's one. So there's the tab, and then here is the second one. I used a couple of different types of bases. Here's, this is one I didn't finish. That's just the moth-eaten lace. This one, here, goes like that on the side of the page. I have a little bit of sparkly thread underneath that one. Really simple stuff, but the idea was that there's another one, that they're just starting points. They're bases so that you can add to them. And then I made some bunch of just bases for tabs for future use, which is useful to have around because I do use the page tabs. So that's what I have so far from the last video. So the next one on Dephemerember I'm going to do is day 2. So during the week, I haven't been able to get here. In fact, today I spent the morning excavating and cleaning out my craft area and kind of rediscovering my stuff. Because, when you have a surface that you're not using, it tends to be a useful surface to put things on. So I kind of had to rediscover my crafting corner here. So I'm going to do, I'm not going to do floating pocket and bold numbers. I'm going to come back to that. And this one I'm going to do is postcard and hand or machine sewing. So that's what I'm going to do right now. And both of these are going to be very much inspired by Barbara's videos. I haven't done a masterboard in a really, really long time, even not counting the year I've had off from crafting. So I thought I would do a masterboard. And so this is just a piece of a single side of a manila folder. And then I grabbed a whole bunch of pieces of cut off maps that I've used in other projects. And I'm going to do a map postcard poster board. And then I also have this is a Stampers Anonymous Tim Holtz set of stamps. It is Correspondence CMS 225. And it has I thought it had the lines. It's got it's all postal stuff. Postal card. It's got the little barcode. So I'm going to use this one. I thought it had the T, but I can just use a marker for that. Okay, so let us make some scraps. That's already scrap sized. And I want to just tear up some squares. So that's already torn in the right size. Where's my ruler? I'm not going to do the Terry edge ruler, I don't think. I think I'm just going to use a regular ruler. So some of these maps are very old. This one is a supplement to a 1969 National Geographic of Europe. So I'm going to just tear along this crease. And I'm just going to cut them kind of to a usable size. So I hope you've all been well and enjoying your crafting. Let's see, the past year. The past year has seen, let's see, my husband and I did a lot of camping. We went to Alaska last summer to see my family. This is a little bit shiny. I don't think I'm going to use that one. I'm going to just put the shiny ones to the side. Here's a nice road one. We built ourselves a kind of a foam. Oh, this is nice. This is Germany. We built ourselves a little camper trailer out of foam insulation boards. And those are the backs of these. What's the back of this? Oh, some distances. That's so hard to decide. I'm just going to tear these into squares and you can mix it up. And then we decided that we didn't actually enjoy having to tow this big trailer around everywhere to go camping. So then for our anniversary in November, I don't remember what I did with this. For our anniversary in November, we drove down we have a Subaru Outback. Is our normal driving everyday car. And we drove down to Assateague Island on the Delmarva Peninsula. Okay. And went camping out of our car. I got kind of a tent that attaches to the car with the tailgate up, and it kind of creates a nice big sitting area vestibule in a big part of the car, back of the car. And so we did that and we really enjoyed that. So I think that's going to be our go-to camping setup from now on. All right, that one's shiny. Let's find some that's a nice non-shiny piece. Oops, that's okay. I think that's London. What else happened? My daughter completed her EMT training and is now an official EMT. And she's actually going to be going back to school soon to become a paramedic. And my son is a senior in college, and he studied computer science, and so he'll be graduating in the spring in May, and he's got a job all lined up for when he graduates. And what else? I'm still working as a high school science teacher. That has not changed. That's kind of like the big things. I think that might actually be plenty to cover what I have here. I know, it's just cool. I love maps. Maps are so fun. Very similar colors to those other ones, to this one. So I don't think I'm going to use that. But I feel like I need a little bit more of the blue. So I'm just going to cut this piece up a little bit. Okay. Okay, so it was funny because I had to find everything again, my inks and my glue sticks. Do we think a glue stick is going to be adequate? I'm skeptical as to whether or not a glue stick will actually be adequate to glue this down. I think I'm going to use art glitter glue. I emptied this and cleaned it out. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I emptied this and cleaned it out. So it's a little bit watered down. But actually, I don't think that's okay. And I'm going to go over the edge. Oops. I found my wet wipes, and my wet wipes are still wet. My Fabri-Tac still flows. So it's amazing how well everything kept. I used my Stays-On glue. I had it stored upside down in the drawer. It was fine. So all good things. So I've always loved Dephemerember. I've done all the Dephemerembers in some way, shape, or form since they started. And it's just such a fun, it's busy, such a fun project. And I always learn something, you know, I always get to try something new, get inspired to do something different. And I love the idea. It's going to work out really well for me this year to have it be a mass making kind of a protocol. Actually, I think I'm going to bring this down to the bottom, and then I'll cover the gap. I have like a little strippy. Here's a little strippy strip. Ooh, I like that side even better. And all the videos are always so enjoyable. You know, it's just a fun time. And it was also a really good motivator, I guess, for me to clean out the craft room and find my chair and get the desk cleared off and get back into the swing of things. I think I'll tear that off a bit. Ugh. See, this is the trouble with maps. Is that both sides are often good. Where do I get my maps? I heard you. A lot of them I just got off eBay. If you search on eBay for map lot, you can often find a lot of National Geographic maps or NOAA charts. Yeah, so you can find them, or library book sales. Our local library, I missed it. But it's probably a good thing. I don't have any room for anything in here. Part of what I'm going to do with my back to crafting time is absolutely be super strict with myself, and I am not allowed to buy anything. I have to, with all of my crafting, I have to use things up. That's the rule for this year. Anyway, yeah, so library book sales are a good one. And also, I bet if you put out the word to friends and family, I mean, because, you know, they know that you're a crafter and that you have odd needs and desires. Unusual, not, I suppose odd isn't really fair. Different. That you, if they're cleaning out their attics or closets and they happen to see National Geographic maps, that you want them, I bet they would save them for you. Oh, that's just gonna be, oh, it's just gonna make it. It's gonna be a little bit of a gap there, but you know what? So be it. Yeah. And the old Noah charts I love the old Noah charts. You can't use them anymore because they're out of date. So people periodically get rid of them. And I think they know that crafters like to use them. So they show up on eBay as lots sometime because you can't actually use them for navigation any longer. It's too big. I mean, I could cut it down. Switzerland. And it's a pretty color right there. Okay, let's do that like that. I want it like that or like that. I want it like that. I don't know why. Going with the instincts. So I've been doing a lot of reading because the thing that I was doing instead of crafting was writing. I have 3 completed, well, first to the first draft level, fantasy romance novels that I've written, and I have 4 others in different stages of completeness. And I've been reading a lot of fantasy romance as well. And it's just, I'm just having a blast with it, you know? So what are my favorites? I'm not really, I know everybody was like all into Fourth Wing and Onyx Storm and what's the Iron Flame. And I read Iron Flame and I read Fourth Wing and I did enjoy them. But then Onyx Storm came out. And, you know, I started it. And then it was, I could see I was going to be upset. It was going to be upsetting. It wasn't going to be, there was going to be no satisfying conclusions. So I put it down. I know. Please be kind in your comments. Don't hate. It's my weakness. I was weak. I couldn't take seeing that it was going to be some kind of horribleness in the end. Bad things were going to happen and they were going to leave me broken and stressed. I'm going to put this over here because it's too wide a swath. Some munition. Okay. All right, I'm just gonna trim off the edges, this edge here. Oh, my scissors are sticky. Okay, everything else is pretty good. It's very over glued, isn't it? And I think I'll probably wind up snipping that off. So where's my glue cap? So I think I'm just going to cut this into 4. I'm going to keep this pretty simple. I'm not going to cut this into 4 equal sized, come on you, rectangles. And of course I now have more map scraps. That's okay. They'll get used eventually. We know this. I put my ruler away. Where's my ruler go? I have it here. No, I'll have it here. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bump you. If I bumped you, I apologize. All right. Here is my cutter. So let's first cut off that. Oh, that did not cut. Huh. I wonder if I need a new blade. It went through enough that I can see the line. I'll just cut along that line. It's very wet. That could be it too. Here, I know I have a new container of blades. Let's start the new year of crafting with a new blade. I noticed, it's so interesting to step away from for a year and then come back. I noticed that Barbara has a new chopper and some new like stamps and some new sprays, and it is so tempting, but I'm going to be good. I'm not going to get anything new until I have made a dent in my stash. So how is this? Is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 3/4. So a half would be 5, it's just shy of 6. That's all right. It doesn't have to be exact. If I do it there, that's all right. Yeah, it's a little wet. The drawback to the art glitter glue. Oh, I know she's using Barely Art glue now. Do you guys like Barely Art glue? Should I, when I use it, my art glitter glue, should I try the Barely Art glue? She seems to like it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and a half. So 4 1/4 would be half. 4 1/4. Okay, those seem like good postcard sizes to me. 4 1/4. There we go. There, I have 4 postcard bases. All right, so this phone supposedly is supposed to let me pause and then restart. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to pause. I'm going to sew around the edge. Hello, I'm back. Apparently the pause didn't work. I mean, it paused, but it took me too long to do the sewing, and the phone went to sleep. So I'll have to figure that aspect out. So I sewed around the edges. This one I just did a straight stitch. It's very hard to see on the front because the fronts are busy. I did a zigzag stitch there. I have a variegated green thread in the machine and gave me a little bit of a hard time, but it's okay. Zigzag. And this one was a combo. A weird kind of thing happened at one point in one of these. Oh, this one was the first one I did. Some stray fuzzers got caught, and I like the way it looks, but my sewing machine was not happy about it. So yeah, so there we go. So now let us do the backs. And it's really nice because they're not directional. So the good thing about doing wonky, I guess this one's kind of directional, doing kind of wonky collaging is that if you have things going in various different directions, it frees you up as to whether or not you really need to have an up or a down. So this should be pretty easy. I also have this. These are faux stamps on a roll. This is a 49 in Market product. And then I also have the Tim Holtz stamps that are stickers. And I also have a set of Tim Holtz stamps. But I don't think I'm going to use these. If you're interested, these are CMS 338. And they're great. I just don't think I'm going to use them. I think I'm going to use these. So I have I'll use 2 of these. And this one says Sverige, which is Sweden. And this one says something else. Can't see. I do want to ink those because they are very white and pristine looking. So I think I'm going to grab my vintage photo. I have some distress ink here. I have oxide as well, but I think I'm going to use the ink and do the edges there. Got strings over everything. But I was happy that my sewing machine was working. I haven't used that in a while. I actually cleaned out my closet not too long ago, and I pulled out some old sweaters, wool sweaters that I'm not going to wear anymore. And I felted them in the washing machine and dryer, and I want to make mittens for people for Christmas. So I have 2 green ones, and I think I'll do pink. How about a pink? A pink one here. Do a pink one that's canceled. And let's see, can I? Yeah, I can. I can distress the edges of the stickers even. That says Brussels. The cancellation says Brussels there. And let's see, what's this one look like? I'm thinking blue. Let's do a blue stamp. It's very fun to be a stamp collector, but I don't. Looks like this is, oh look, I didn't realize that. This has blanks. I bet you could use these stamps on those blanks. That's cool. I didn't realize that. That Tim Holtz is so clever. Okay, blue. I think I want this light blue over here. Oh, here's one with elephants. I'm going to save the elephants. I love elephants. Okay. I did an elephant journal several years ago. That was a very fun journal to do. All right. All right, now let's glue here. Let's use this. Uh-oh, does it not open anymore? Ha, it opened. Brute strength. Let's glue that down. Glue that down. Ugh. Messy crafter. Sticky fingers. Okay, so it's a little yuck, but that's okay. Things get yuck in the mail, you know. Alrighty, let's get some ink. I think I'm gonna grab that Stays On. This is that Stays On that I said I was so surprised was still juicy, and I had stored it upside down in the drawer. Okay, let's get a stamp block. And I want postal card. That should go right across the top. Oh, that was kind of eh. I used to have here. I've got like a piece of foam. Let's see if it works better stamping on that. that, I think. Bit better. Maybe the ink isn't as good as I thought it was. Maybe I will order myself. But I just said I wasn't going to do that. Oh, see, that's what happens. Postal card. Maybe the stamp is out of practice. The stamp needs to get back in practice too. So how are you all doing with your Christmas shopping? I'm just about done. Or holiday shopping, or Yule shopping, or Hanukkah shopping, or whatever you do. I'm just about done. That's actually one of the things I wanted to get done this weekend, is to go through all the packages of things that I've purchased and organize it and see. I mean, my kids are adults. They're not going to feel like I love one of them less than the other if it's not a perfect, even Steven kind of a thing. There was a plastic cover for this. Did you see what happened to that plastic cover? I didn't just throw it out half absent-mindedly, did I? What did I do? Oh, it's in there. It's in there. Okay. But still, I don't know. It's just me. It's probably silly, but I do kind of like to have a somewhat even Steven kind of a thing going on. Okay. Postal card. Okay. So then I know I have like a cancellation thing in here. Avalanche. A craft avalanche. All right. There we go. It's just a little cancellation thing. It's not a Tim Holtz thing. It's a little cling stamp thing that's from, I think, when I first started crafting. Long time ago now, and I probably ordered it from AliExpress back before I knew better, and it came with others. It's lost its stickiness, but it's just the right kind of a cancellation thing. Okay. I can go there. All right, what next? Do we want anything else? Let us do a little line down the center. To get it somewhat straight. Come on, Jessica. You just said you wanted it straight. Svea. My husband's family is Swedish, and we celebrate with them the night before on Christmas Eve. We do a Swedish smorgasbord. And the family, everybody's an adult now. It was actually really fun at Thanksgiving because everybody's an adult now. It just adds a completely different feel to the holidays. And it's so much fun talking to the kids who are now not kids anymore, who are now grown-ups, about where they are in life and what they're doing. We had a wedding this summer. My nephew got married to a woman whose family is Thai, and it was a an amazingly beautiful Thai Buddhist wedding, and they hired the Thai wedding people who did all the singing and then the instruction. Oh my gosh, it was just fabulous. It was really so much fun, and there was a lot of audience participation, and it was just such a blast. So, and then his sister is getting married next summer. So we've just got a lot of things going on. And then another actually is my husband's cousin's son, but they're basically extended family, like closer than most cousins. We're very close. So he's like a nephew. He's getting married next summer, or they haven't called a date yet, but they got engaged. So it's just fun. They're all at this exciting time in their lives where these things are falling into place. How about a little airmail? Just do like a little airmail thing. Now, you know what? I think I might not overdo it. I mean, these are so much fun to play with, but I don't know what we're going to be doing. What we're going to be doing with these. So I'm going to wait. They're going to need some kind of a focal point. But I am going to not do that, because the whole idea is to have bases, to have blanks. So I'm going to leave them like this with the strings hanging off. And there's that one. And there's that one. And there's that one. So that is my day. I don't know what day. What did I say it was? It was day 3. Hand machine or sewing. So I've got 2 days done. I know what I want to do for the floating pocket and bold numbers. But I don't know what I want to do for that one yet. So I'm just gonna work my way through it. If I'm not at the same pace as anyone else, I'm going to be gentle with myself as I ease back into things. But I hope you're enjoying yourselves. I hope you're all well, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.